Okay, let's do something fun on this channel, reacting to so-called leaks. As always, take everything here with a mountain of salt because they could be real or they could be fake. The first one does seem the most plausible to me, mainly because there's some issues that I have, such as announcing the successor to the Nintendo Switch during the Pokemon Presents itself. Although it does claim that it will be announced before Pokemon Day, yeah, I just don't see that. I find it weird. Although getting updates for titles like Unite, Detective Pikachu Returns, Masters and Go, yeah, those are the most plausible to me. There's also the claim the Gold and Silver remake are going to be for both the Switch and the Switch 2, which I find highly unlikely. This ain't Breath of the Wild, people. The next one is an interesting one because it claims we're not getting a mainline game or DLC, just spin offs. I'm open to the idea of not having a mainline game or DLC that makes our next project well polished and not a very empty and boring thing. But we need to remember, this is Pokemon Day. We want a showstopper. I feel like ending on the announcement of a new streaming service sounds like a bad idea, especially since streaming services have been, shall we say, in a bit of a rut recently. Sure, it will end on a new Mystery Dungeon as the game side, but if it just ends as a whole on that new Mystery Dungeon, I'll be fine. The streaming service makes me tilt my head a bit. The third one mentions new Let's Go games, Let's Go Raikou and Let's Go Entei, and that will be our Johto revisit. Suicune got its spotlight as the mascot of Crystal after all. We'll get an all-new Pokemon Stadium game, which is compatible with Home. Okay, that's unique, but it's not unprecedented. After all, nobody expected new Pokemon Snap, but the Pokemon Stadium thing really makes me tilt my head, mainly because we just got out of Indigo Disc. Then it will end with a tease for Legends Kyurem. I'm leaving out details like Carmine and Kieran getting into Masters, but I think you get the idea. This feels almost too fan servicey to be real. Last one announces a Legends Celebi game, a shiny distribution for Koraidon and Miraidon, and a Horizons film. All this sounds generally plausible. I don't usually swim around the Pokemon League community that much, but a few things set off alarm bells for me tends to be how detailed the leaks are for these trailers. It's one thing to give me the contents of what will be during Pokemon Presents, however, some of these give play-by-plays over what happens. The second one I showed, for example, is a bit too detailed when it comes to how this Presents pans out, especially this far in advance. Then again, this is what I get for trusting 4chan. If you like this video, please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. If you have any comments or want to give your own fan theories, please leave them in the comments section below. This is Cyril signing off.